Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, on this Wednesday night to GameStar TV for your weekly dose of Overwatch action. It is Div 2 tonight. We've just seen some amazing matches on Kings Row and Anubis. But tonight, this time rather, we're going to be bringing you Dorado. It will be Old Man Between Asians versus the newcomers Supremacy. We had a little bit of a catch-up between one of the captains of that team. They said that they're a Battlefield clan that have been watching the streams for a while, and now they're going to get themselves involved. So big ups to Supremacy, and if anybody else out there is watching thinking the same thing, hey, it is possible, it is all fun. But unfortunately, this is the last week, finals next week, but we are on Dorado, so this time I'm going to be throwing you over to Gino.
I'll talk anyway. I think we're going with Avril and Xenox for this cast, but I'm happy to have a chat first. Supremacy Gaming, so they've come in, this is their first week, and they've managed to take a game off Training Bots. And despite their name, Training Bots are not bots at all. They've had a number of wins in this competition. So for a team with, as far as I know, no competitive Overwatch experience outside the rank system, Supremacy Gaming coming in super hot here.
Yeah, I'll take it from there, Genome. So, Avril, we'll be casting this one, and I think the one thing that I've got an eye on is Old Man Between Asians. Now, they came a little bit late into Div 2. They've only actually played the last 2 weeks, but they actually got 8 points and 8 points in those 2 weeks. If they had have actually played in the first week and the second week, they really would be going to the finals.
Yeah, I think Old Man Between Asians in general as a Div 2 team is probably, in my opinion, one of the favorites to be one of the best Div 2 teams. It's just unfortunate that, like you said, they came in rather late, which means points-wise, I don't know if they really realistically have a chance to get back in, but still, it's a good opportunity for them to play games and show just how good they are. And, what that means is Supremacy Gaming, they beat Training Bots, which is a massive step up. I think a lot of people would have been surprised by that, but great for them. But they will have to step it up one more time for Old Man Between Asians because, like I said, one of the favorites in Div 2.
Yeah, and Old Man Between Asians, they've had a lot of, different players come onto the team. I believe it's something like 10 players have rotated in and out of Old Man Between Asians. A couple of notable names such as Huru, Man in Tree, Psycho, Tails, Igo, Stripe. They've all played for this team at some point. Whereas Supremacy doesn't actually really have too many players that I'm aware of. I'm not sure if you've seen any of these names before, Avril.
On Supremacy?
Yeah.
So Boy Ray did used to play for Incept, like way back in months and months ago now. Incept, was on a team with Machello, Formandair, and Soch. So Machello, who was a former Jam member, Soch, who was a former Skyfire member. They used to be teammates. Boy Ray then went on to play in, I believe it was, the name really escapes me now. But he went on to play for another semi-successful team, roughly hovering in the Div 2, maybe slightly upper Div 2 area. But this was back then when Divs weren't really defined, but at the same time, just a feel for the levels that they were at. So they're not completely comprised of newcomers. So it does look like, though, mainly the Battlefield players plus Boy Ray maybe coming in with some much-needed experience.
And so, I guess, Avril, before we get into this game, I think we have a shout-out from Twitch chat from Ulf11. So there's your shout-out, Ulf11, for that one. So I guess for Supremacy, though, could they beat a team like Old Man Between Asians who have got such, momentum coming into this game? They've been very dominant in the last 2 weeks. And the first couple of rounds of, Swiss can sometimes cause these matchups where it's that, especially in the third round, it's that sort of final game where there's that little bit of an uneven advantage.
I think Supremacy, they might have a chance, especially with that result against Training Bots. I'd like Omba, they had a really good result at the ESL Cup on the weekend, so I think you really got to absolutely put them as favourites. But yeah, as Avril was saying, Boy Ray, I remember in Sept, they were quite a good team, and they were very, very well synchronized. Like, I remember playing against them. They were one of the first people I played against where they used Zarya bubbles really well, and they would like hide people behind the Zarya bubbles so you couldn't hit them as they engaged. It was quite innovative at the time, I think.
So we're finally heading on into Dorado, where, of course, Sombra is waiting around here somewhere, Avril. We're all expecting her to come out of the shadows soon enough.
Oh, soon meaning Friday, she'll be coming out of the shadows. Or Saturday, one of those 2 days.
Now, can I hold you to that?
Hey, mate, it's BlizzCon. It's BlizzCon. Muselk basically confirmed it, let's be honest.
Muselk confirmed it. Okay, so on Friday. If not, then Avril can...
Saturday.
That's Saturday. I guess you got to remember the US time. So Saturday, if Sombra does not come out on Saturday, then Avril maybe can eat a sock or something crazy like that.
I do it anyway, so it's fine.
There you go. Yeah, with your Wheat Bix. Oh no, well you're a Kiwi, so yeah, no. With your what do you have for breakfast, Avril?
Just 2 socks.
Just 2 socks. Okay. Well, we've got
moving on from.
We've got Old Man Between Asians. They're going to be defending first. Take us through the lineup, Avril.
So, Psycho on Mei, Soul Aids on Reinhardt, Amaterasu on Genji, Molotov playing Anna, which cool name when you consider that she basically throws like... Anyway, Manatry playing Lucio and Eager Stripe on Zaya. Interesting to note is Huwu is not here tonight.
Maybe Anna can get a legendary skin where she throws a Molotov and actually sets them on fire. That'd be pretty cool. And for
that
Supremacy, would be cool. They've got Ginger Kitty on the Lucio, Boyray on the McCree, Doglet on the Roadhog, Nalil? How would you pronounce that one?
Nalil? Anyway.
Nalil on the Zaya, Zintis on the Ada, and Mr. Cuddly on the Reinhardt. I'm not sure how cuddly he will be with that giant hammer and shield, but it is going to be the Old Man Between Asians sitting up on the top balcony, and the hook on Psycho's stride. That is a beautiful hook, and they should be able to get more, but the Maywall comes out actually from Psycho and stops most of them. The charge from Soul Aids as well, utilizing the Maywall to get the stun effect, as Psycho was able to get the final kill into Mr. Cuddly. Soul Aids does go down for that effort though, but a good start coming out from Supremacy with that hook.
Yeah, well, actually, Psycho did a great job. I thought that Eagle Strike was definitely going to go down. It looked like a guaranteed kill, but Psycho completely saved his teammate. The second time around, though, Doglet managed to get another hook. That time, Psycho didn't have a wall to save him.
Yeah, and if he doesn't actually get that wall up, they can probably then follow up, get the kill, and push on through the chokehold. And this is one of the biggest chokeholds on this map. So already 3 minutes left on the clock. If they had got that, who knows? They could have been capping right now. And now Igo Stripe has actually got an ult available. So does Soul Aids. So the fact that they've got already the Earth Shatter and the Graviton Surge on the defensive side ult available, and there is the Earth Shadow already. The Nano Boost does come out onto Mr. Cuddly, but the Graviton Surge keeps them all locked up. They get the kills, man, in true tanks down Xantus, but turning around is Supremacy. Now Leo does get Amaterasu, and this might give them the chance to push on through.
Wow, you see the beautiful block on the hammer down. You did actually call the hammer down was probably going to come out there, but the push is not yet over as Supremacy is still trying to get through this. Here comes another hammer down in response, but gets frozen mid-charge!
Well, the Blizzard stops Mr. Cuddly, but the hook coming out again from Doglet. He gets taken down by Soul Aids after popping the whole hog, but he doesn't get any kills from it. Boyray was able to kill Psycho down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the Zowie scoreboard, as Amaterasu does take down Boyray. Igo Stripe getting the kill onto Xantus, and it's still the tough effort for Supremacy to get past his chokehold.
Yeah, Old Man with Asians, their stronghold is so good right now. Soul Aid's about to get his hammer down back up again. He can strike with the Graviton Surge. Really expect for a Molotov to be playing a Nano Boost play here. It almost doesn't even matter who you Nano Boost in this situation. You can go on the Reinhardt, you can go on the Genji. It's all going to be good. You can even play basically a solo Graviton Surge. Everything could basically work here because Ginger Kitty doesn't have the Lucio sound barrier available, so any offensive play is not going to get blocked up by defensive ult here.
Yeah, and 5 ultimates now for Omber as well, so they're going to be ready for this next push as Doglet starts to hook. Oh my goodness, how did he land that onto Psycho? That was amazing. He does get the kill thanks to Boyer as well, but the Graviton Surge along with Igo Stripe 1, 2, 3, and Amaterasu as Soul Aids with a double kill as well. That is a team wipe, a team kill, and the ultimates coming out will confirm that. With under now a minute 10 to go.
Slightly overkill though. 4 ultimates came out for that defense to happen. I mean, they had 5 ultimates available. You know, I was saying they only needed basically use 2 ultimates. They used 4, a little bit too expensive for my taste, and that actually puts Supremacy above an ultimate advantage now, 2 for 1, and they should be able to make this push based on ultimates alone.
And Manatry is the only one with an ultimate now with the sound barrier, as Neliel does have the Graviton Surge for Supremacy. If they can push on through, they've got to do it right now. They've got to go quick.
Graviton Surge. They have to get the Graviton Surge out here to make this push happen.
And Doglet actually gets the hook onto Igo Stripe, and they take him down. That's a perfect start. Now they get the kills. Follow up as Mr. Cutley does pop the Earth Shatter. Now it's also going to be the sound barrier from Ginger Kitty. Manatry popped his earlier before that, as Mr. Cutley does take down Psycho, as well as Manatry getting a double kill for his team. 33 seconds, but they're finally going to push on through past this fountain.
Yep, and the predictions come through. can I just say, Doglet right now, his hooks have been so absolutely on point. He's just going fishing right now, and Old Man Between Asians, they're just like fishing a barra, and Matarasu is going to eat a nice headshot from Boy Ray as well. So it's actually looking like a fairly decent offense now, and I gotta say a lot of that offense came off the back of the overcommittal by Old Man Between Asians. They only needed to use about 2 defensive ults. They used 4 ultimates, and they got themselves an ultimate disadvantage, and that's how Supremacy pushed on through.
And you wonder, maybe they've got the 3 tanks at the moment, Supremacy, if possibly switch off one of the tanks. You've got through that first chokehold, now you're coming past the church. You want to get some damage. When Doglet actually hooks someone, you want to be able to take them down as soon as possible. There's the hook again, but it does miss, and Soul Aids will jump onto the cut now to stop this as well. Psycho, the sleep actually onto Soul Aids. Could they actually push on this? No, but the hook again from Doglet. It's not really an effective hook. You don't want to be hooking the run up too much. They will try and follow up the whole hog, but is not going to be able to do too much. And now the Graviton Surge does come out. It's got 3 of them in there, but have they got the damage to follow up? The Blizzard does engulf them. All 3 get frozen, as well as the Maywolf to try and land the stun from the Reinhardt charge, but Doglet takes down Soul Aids.
Well, you know, what's really interesting is I don't know why Old Man Between Asians decided to play on the ground. They had the height advantage. They all dropped down. They didn't need to do that. They're actually playing into the advantage of Supremacy here. Supremacy don't have any ability to fight up the top. They have to play on the ground. And here comes Amtarasu, Nano Boost to Dragon Blade. Can he get something done? He actually got split in the middle of that.
Oh, the sleep was massive on that. It actually is going to waste the Nano Boost and the Dragon Blade, so it's a 2-for-1 just from a sleep. Iron Ghost Strike does get the kill onto Boyo as well. Down to 1:25 as the Earthshatter does come out, as Psycho gets the kill onto Mr. Cuddly. That Earthshatter was wasted.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of amazingly blocked out Earthshatters in this game, a couple of really weird ones, but overall, you know, Supremacy actually showing a lot of lifeblood here, but Amaterasu right now is just going to go to town, clean a bunch of players up, and now, once again, Ultimate is rather even, but it's all up to Old Man Between Asians to manage to keep this advantage at least even. They can't go negative. Anytime the defense goes negative on ultimates, that's when you're going to start to see them lose the push. So let's just see how they play this. They do have a sound barrier available, and that's going to be their key defensive ultimate.
You just feel like they're lacking damage though. They're still running that 3-tank setup. Now the Graviton Surge is going to lock them all in there. The Nano Boost, I'm not sure why you would pop that. He's not going to be able to go anywhere, as well as the Blizzard stopping him, freezing him. Soul Aids with the charge. They're going to take down Mr. Cuddly as Amaterasu gets the double kill. And then I go straight takes down Nelio. That is a team wipe, and that was executed perfectly.
Far more clean as well. They only spent 2 ultimates this time. They still have 4 ultimates available. Look at the ultimates now for Supremacy. Only 3. They have to get a miracle Graviton Surge where they can get a complete team wipe. If they can get a Graviton Surge, Mr. Cuddly maybe gets a couple of swings in there, gets his ultimate up, combo with the Earth Shadow. That's how they can wipe. But, you know, they have to live to do that.
Yeah, Doglet now actually going onto the Winston again. Still not sure why you need to have the 3 tanks. But anyway, the Sound Barrier does come out. Soul Aid's getting the kill onto Ginger Kitty. It's all going the way of Omba. They're going to take this into overtime, but surely now Omba will get the win.
Yeah, Omba, they are going to be able to defend this at about 58.15 meters. Boy Ray's going to do all that he can, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. It definitely won't be enough, I should probably say. But, you know, a lot of this, I actually feel like Omba played it a lot more cleaner. Well, it's actually not over here, is it?
Well, they're actually going to come back, though. Doglet jumping in. The Sound Barrier did come out as well from Ginger Kitty. They've got to get the damage, but the May Ultimate engulfs the entire area. There's no way back onto that car now, and that is going to be the game. Round 1's complete. 58 meters, and they will get a point to the name for Supremacy.
So, Omba, they played it pretty much clean the entire way through. The only time they messed up is, once again, they committed 4 ultimates in a situation where they only needed 2. They fixed that error on the second point. They committed 2 ultimates, got the team wipe, and then continued to keep an ultimate advantage up, and that's how they won that. If they kept that in the first point, I think they probably could have held the first point as well, but credit to Supremacy where it's due. They did actually push quite cleanly as well.
Genome, give us your thoughts on that game. Omba defending very, very nicely.
Yeah, it looked like there were 2 big mistakes that Omba made, as you guys said. Firstly was that definitely overcommitting the ults at the start there, and credits to Supremacy, they recognized that, they used their ults effectively enough to push through the first point and got that one. The second one was definitely when Soul Aids, he jumped down really early on the Reinhardt. Now, when you've got that high ground position, you really only want to jump down when you've got an advantage, and it was just so obvious that Soul Aids jumped down like with an Earth Shatter in that Reinhardt mental battle, you know, who pulls the shield up, who puts the Earth Shatter down. It was just so obvious that he was looking to come in there with an engaging Earth Shatter, and Neliel just didn't fall for it, even slightly. Luckily, they still managed to win that fight. Unlike the first point, that one didn't cost them as much. They chucked a couple of ultimates down and still got it done. However, they played well enough after that that they got the ult economy didn't go as negatively against them in that second point, and so they kept holding. So really strong hold from Sombra there.
Sombra confirmed that Genome's place. He's got the knowledge. Quitfox, quickly before they come out of the gates, give us your thoughts on that one.
I think that the Omba guys did really, really well there. I think that if Supremacy, they want to come out successful, they really just need to synergize their ults a little bit more. They need to... I just think they just need to work together as a team. I mean, we can see they've got that sort of synergy from Battlefield days, but this is a totally different game.
It is a totally different game, and Sombra is probably lurking somewhere behind Genome, whispering things into his ear as it are starting to come now out of the cart. And it is going to be Supremacy holding up onto that top balcony, as we generally see, but not so much at the higher levels, Avril.
It's starting to become a little bit rare, but, you know, it's seen a bit of good use. You can throw it out there every now and then. There are some really good situations. This is kind of one of them. Dorado, I do like it.
Yeah, as Amaterasu does take down Doglet. Zintis gets a kill into Solades. That's going to be a nice stop, getting rid of the main tank. But Neliel goes down to Igo Stripe, who has been very, very good on that Zarya so far. Molotov finishing off Zintis as well. And the card is going to push straight on through past this chokehold. It's not a good look for Supremacy right now.
Yeah, they're really getting pushed straight out of this. They're not even able to win any of these basically ultless duels at the moment. Ginger Kitty finally gets an ultimate, but it's far too late, not even in a position to do anything about it. And you're going to start to see some snowball advantage coming up from Omba right now. 2 ultimates already available. Molotov not far off from the Nano Blade. If they can get a Nano boosted Dragon Blade, they should be able to just cap outright off that combo alone.
Yeah, that's going to be an early capture now. It's not too far for the win for Omba. They are only going to have to pretty much get straight in front of this church area, and that will secure them the victory over Supremacy, who have put up a good fight. Nonetheless, it was a good attacking push. The defense push, though, has left a little bit to be desired. A Psycho gets the kill onto Mr. Cuddly, and it is actually a couple of roll swaps as well.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Amaterasu actually got blocked out there, so that's going to slow down Omba a little bit, but they're completely stacked. 6 ultimates. I don't see how Supremacy can defend against 6 ultimates right now.
Well, they're actually going to be on the top balcony here for the church, and they get a kill. Nicely done from Doglet, taking down Psycho. That is a very nice pick-off. Well respected there. Doglet with a flash bang as well, but it's not going to get the kill. Amaterasu coming back. Oh, Doglet gets the kill. That's what you want to see, and the defensive hold is coming out now at the moment from Supremacy.
Doglet is absolutely making waves here. He was doing completely well on Roadhog, getting those brilliant hooks, and now on McCree as well. He's defeating Amaterasu in those 1v1s where I believe Genji should actually be favored, specifically because Doglet was under half HP, and he was debuffed by a nano boost. Sorry, by the bio grenade.
Yeah, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. It's a long time to hold. Psycho going nuts there with the Rocket Barrage, getting Ginger Kitty and Mr. Cuddly down. And Amaterasu gets revenge onto Doglet as well. Didn't let that one get forgetful. And a Graviton Surge does come out from Boyre, and Neliel trying to get the damage to help him, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to get taken down. Zintis gets first dead. And it's going to be following up is his tanks. That should be the game for Omba. A nice little defensive hold from Supremacy, but not enough in the end.
Yeah, you actually see Amaterasu focusing Doglet there as well, identifying the biggest issue, the biggest roadblock for Omba trying to push on through. Every time they want to push through, Doglet gets a pick, and that's what's stopping Omba from really... To be honest though, even if they do get the picks, I feel like with the ultimate advantages that Omba had, they probably still could have won. But Amaterasu dealing with Amaterasu dealing with Doglet, forcing him onto the ground, and then killing him with the Dragon Blade is kind of what really sealed the deal for their victory there. But, you know, honestly, I was very impressed with Supremacy. I was really impressed with the way they played. I can totally see how and why they might have beaten training bots. In fact, they did beat training bots. So, good for them. And Doglet, probably my MVP of this match.
Genome, it definitely seemed a bit of a steamroll there on the attacking push from Omba. It would almost look like it was actually 7v6. Was your old pal Sombra helping out Omba?
Yeah, just lurking in the shadows. Not that we know what her powers are yet. Just hacking a couple of them, maybe. Yeah, it did, didn't it? They couldn't hold that choke at all. I mean, usually, even when you get a steamroll on Dorado, the team will at least take some time off the time bank by holding solid at that choke. You know, just sticking behind the Reinhardt shield, being disciplined, and even if they don't get the picks, they'll stick there for a little bit. But wow, that was one of the quickest I've ever seen someone get through the cart successfully through that chokehold. So Omba just being brutal there. I think one of the big differences between the teams were the Mays, because Psycho is just a phenomenal May. And, you know, we saw that with that first ice wall where he saved Igo Strap, the teammate. That is something you only get with a lot of May experience. Like placing a May wall on the fly to do something is just you need to play a lot of May and get a lot of experience to be able to do that. It's not the same as just sitting at the side of the choke and chucking up an easy one to catch off the Reinhardt. Nowhere near as easy as that. So really well done by Psycho. I think it was Zintix we saw on the May on the other side. He swapped off to Farah pretty quickly. I assume that's because he's a bit more comfortable on that pick maybe.
I'd just like to get a quick reminder for the Twitch chat. Get your mugs in there. The raffle is open for those who have only just joined us. Kit Voxer, get your thoughts on that game now as well from Supremacy and Omba.
Well, the Omba guys just too strong, proving why they are one of the powerhouses in the region at the moment. Supremacy, for their first time, they showed up quite well. They put on a good show, but Omba just too good. Igo played an amazing game on the Zarya there, and then towards the end, Psycho just having a little bit of fun on the Farah as well. But you could just see that Omba were just stratted out a little bit more. They synergized a lot better. They combined so much more efficiently. And Supremacy, that'll come with time. And I believe that in the future, they'll be one of the teams to watch there, Xenox.
So, EJ, we are still waiting on a couple of other results. So I'll throw it back to you.
All right. So just a couple of more matches to come in. I do have one shout out from Twitch chat. Hopefully this won't get me shot. Let me just bring this up.
There's another shout out. It's shout out night in Twitch chat for.
Being cautious. Let me just reread it. No, it seems all right. All right. So from Alf11, shout out to you, Alf11. Apparently he gave us a donation. So if you give me a donation, I'll do a shout out as long as it's clean. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll take any donations. Bring it on. Tree Man is a beautiful team. EJ needs to be commented.
EJ is open to any sort of money for service trade.
Or we can just swap trades. I'm down with that too. Yes, I've just said it. It's all good. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back here with round 4 action. It's going to be Genome and myself, and Nepal will be the map when we have the results. We'll pick a match. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Listen to some tunes until we are there.